Good evening. Calls for help in parts of Lincoln County are putting serious financial strains on one town.
And those problems may spread far outside the city of Wellston, where the ambulance service is on life support. Rusty Surratt is at the Wellston Town Hall, where a meeting is just wrapping up. Rusty, update us.
Well, Kelly, this is not just a problem for Wellston, and here is why. If this city-run truck is taken out of service, then calls will have to be handled by medics from Oklahoma City, Chandler, Shawnee, even Stillwater, and that's just going to create a bigger problem for those agencies. The Wellston City Council says it all boils down to money.
It's mainly that there's a lot of people that's not able to pay their bills.
The mayor of Wellston says paying for emergency medical service isn't always a top priority for citizens, even if they use it.
We make a run on an individual and they don't have insurance. We just don't get nothing. About what it boils down to.
The city council told a concerned crowd tonight the EMS division lost $68,000 in just the last year.
There's a cost associated with keeping that ambulance in this building and keeping the staff ready to roll. I call it accessibility. There's a cost for having the accessibility of that ambulance to run when the call comes.
Representative Danny Morgan was also here. He says it's a common crisis facing small city ambulances across the state.
Being able to help is the biggest reason that I choose to do it.
Todd Beasley is one of nearly a dozen part-time and full-time medics who may lose their job if the service folds. And he says this is far from a Wellston-only issue.
It's going to increase response times, and that burden's going to fall on the surrounding ambulance services and increase response times. And anybody who's worked in EMS or been around EMS has always heard the golden hour, so it starts to cut into that.
His co-worker, Lisa Keys, says Wellston, as financially challenged as it is, cannot afford to lose this.
You need the ambulance around, as well as I've grown up with most of the people in this town and their parents and their grandparents, and so it's more than just a job. It's a needed asset.
Now, the biggest issue that is facing this service department tonight is going to be the service area, because it extends well beyond the city limits of Wellston. It includes the Turner Turnpike, so keep that in mind the next time you're traveling to Tulsa, and nearly 300 square miles of Lincoln County. So they cover quite a large area out here, Kelly.
All right, Rusty, and the city says its next step is to try to work out a deal with one of the surrounding ambulance services to come in and do contracted work with its current employees. It may also look at creating a new ambulance district that would be headed up by a new board voted on by the citizens.